Teachers, hints and tips for this lesson. I'd like you to have a look at where I am. If you look around, we see the trees. We have the palm trees. We also have the plants here. Now, have you ever wondered how these plants came to be here? Or have you ever wondered how you and I, the humans, came to be? And also where our planet is. Now, that leads us to our questions. How was the earth formed or created? And who created the earth? Now, you have already viewed a lesson on traditional and religious beliefs on how the earth was created or formed. We will be looking at another lesson that also, it's a belief in how the earth was created, and that is the scientific belief in how the earth was created. Now, scientists believe that earth was created or from 4,600 million years ago to the present day where we are. The earth has gone through a lot of process. It has taken a long time since the formation of the earth from 4,600 million years ago to present day. And to record that history of the formation of the earth, we will be using a time scale for our activity for this lesson. Hello, class receiving students and teachers. Thank you. You may be seated. Teachers, we are still on the same strand, same substrand. Outcome is the same. Unit also the same. Now, before we go to our lesson, lesson for today, I'd like us to go through the activity that we did in the previous lesson, receiving students and the teachers. We did an activity on time scale. Teachers, you were reminded that if students were not able to finish that on time, you were to give them time to finish, and I hope you have done that. And if we look around in the classroom, in our classroom, we will see what your friends have done, receiving students. We have your friends. What they did, they only had main events. And between those main events, they had some blank papers. Those blank papers represent the years in 100 million years ago. Now there are 46 papers, so you're supposed to finish all 46 papers. So they have 4,500 million years ago, so next comes 4,400. That's how they counted all the way to the next event shown there. Now, if we look at what your friends have here, they've tried their best and have written all the years, starting from the formation of the earth, 4,600 million years ago, right to the end, 500 million years ago. Now, our topic for this lesson is prehistoric age, and this is the first lesson. Let's see what it says about prehistoric age. What is prehistoric age? Receiving students, if you can just brainstorm on that, let your teacher know what you think of prehistoric age. And I could have our friends from the receiving class, from the model class, somebody who can tell us what you think of prehistoric age. This is just brainstorm, meaning what you think, whatever answer you think you can give me. Anyone from the class? Thank you. Melvin or Tara? Tara would like to try.
Life in the past during the formation of the earth.
Very good, thank you. Okay, past life or time on Earth before recorded history. Now, during this time when it says past life on Earth, before recorded history, we had living things, animals and plants, different types of animals and plants that lived on our planet many years ago. And to this day, these plants and animals, they no longer live or exist on our planet today. We have some examples of those animals, some of those animals that lived in the past, but this day we do not have them. Now this is an example of one of those animals, prehistoric age animals. There are also different types of plants, but I only had animals just for you to see how animals looked like in the prehistoric ages time. That's another. And that's the other. Those are just some examples of prehistoric age animals. And like I said, not only animals, but there were also other living things besides animals. Now, Earth's long history is divided into a series of time zones from the origin of the Earth about 4,600 million years ago, right up to the present day. So when we look at it, our Earth's history is divided into series of time zones. Now, these time zones are called eras, and we have 4 recognized prehistoric eras. Now, the first one is called Precambrian Era, and that is from the formation of the Earth from 4,600 to 545 million years ago. Have that written quickly, class and the receiving students. Now, I went quickly from the first note that I had on the screen because there is no need for you to have that. That's why I had to go through that. But this time, you are to have that copied into your workbooks. Now let's see the second era, Paleozoic Era. That was during the ancient life after the formation of the Earth, about 545 to 250 million years ago. Have a copy as well. The third one, the third era, is known as the Mesozoic Era. That is the middle life, and that was about 250 to 65 million years ago. Have a copy as well, please, receiving students in the class. Now the last era is known as the Cenozoic Era, and that is the present life or recent life, and that was about 65 million years ago to present day. Have it copied as well. Our activity, we have the activity table there, teachers. I'd like you to take note of it, as well as the class and receiving students. The table will have 2 columns. It's on the screen. We have the eras and the events. Now with the events, I was not able to get it on the screen as there's a lot to be written. So I have it on the chart. We only have one chart. Just group over there one. So read the class from the other end. If you're not able to see that chart, you can move around, sit with your friends where you're able to see what's on the chart. These are the events. Now let's see what our activity says. You are to read a description of each event. These are the descriptions of each of the events, with the ES included to help you identify which eras they are supposed to be going to. Now, so here it says you read the description of each event and write them in the correct prehistoric era. Now, if we look at this, these are the eras. Events are there. You're going to look at the events and write where should that event go to. Will it go to Precambrian Era, Cenozoic Era, Paleozoic Era, or Mesozoic Era? Like that until you complete all those 10 events. Now, to help you, I have the eras with the ES on the paper, so you should be able to see that one to help you get that one done. Now, if I can have one person from each group to come and get your activity sheets. There are 2, I am giving you 2 papers. That's one has, each one of them have each of those eras, 2 on 1, and 2 markers, so please, you work together. In that one group, you get yourselves into 2 groups and do the activity at the same time. Now, if I can have one person from each group to come and get your papers. So one group. I'm giving you 1 marker. You should have your own markers to help. Wait first. That's for one. You are supposed to get 2 papers, NG. Sorry. Let's hope I have enough.
Just one.
No, that's enough made for. Okay, there should be enough. If you didn't get yours, come Come and get one. Now you have to refer to the table with the description of each event to help you to do that activity. Like I said, please, those ones sitting down there, and if you're not able to see, because I only have one shot, you move up and sit with your friends where you can be able to see clearly. You have 2 papers, so maybe 2 work on that, another 2 work on this, or 3 work on this. So you're able to do it quickly. So like both of you, you work on the Mesozoic and the Cenozoic, and the 3 of you work on this one. Oh, did I get this marker from here? There are 4 of you, 2 work on this, another 2 work on this, so you get it done quickly. Okay, 2 of you are working on this one. Writing it. Amphibians appeared 370 million years ago. So where should that one go to? And then you have it written. You haven't started yet? Two people work on the other two eras, another two work on the other two eras. Do that and you do it quickly. You want to do one and go to the next, you're going to take time.
You have to write that yes only or with that sentence?
You're going to write the sentence down. But if you cannot go through all of it, maybe you can just write the first two words. First two words like that. If you can write all of it down. Okay. I have to check. Another two work on the second two eras. That is how you should be able to finish it quickly. And you are going to write the events, okay, not only the years, the events.
Table. The receiving is missing the table.
I'll go back to that. Teachers, the activity table is there again on the screen, so if you were not able to get that done, please have it done. And like I'm doing with the class, you do the same with your students. Have some in the group to work on the first two eras, others on the other era. Or you see how you can get them organized. Probably some to work on each of those eras. Sorry, a minute. So use the whiteboard. Both of you haven't written yet. Let me see who.
Some of them are not on the board. Some of those in the books are not on the board.
There's too many, so I just put only few down. But later on, I will tell the teachers that you have this. These are only I picked up some from there and put them. But you will have the actual table with the events all at the back of the book, so you can have time to do it. They are looking at that.
Are we going to write that one in this one?
Yeah, you are going to write it in this one. In this one, you check the event. Don't write the years. You only write what it says. You see, like, first amphibians appear 370 million years ago. So, 370 million years ago, which era is that? You look at it, 370 million years ago. Which era is that? There are 4 eras there. So, which one is that? Is it the Precambrian, the first one? Or the second one, Paleozoic era? The third one, Mesozoic era? Or the last one, Cenozoic era? You see, it's all written there, and then you feed that one in. Yep. What?
There is no 65 up there.
You have?
No, there is no 65 up there. Yeah, about this. Yeah. 65 million years ago.
65 million years.
Okay, sorry.
This is to the receiving teachers. What we have on the chart is just some of the biological events and geological events that are taken from the back of our book for term 4. So it's not all the events that happen that are on the chart. If you want to have a look at all the events that happen, the biological events and the geological events, you refer to the back of the term 4 grade 7 science book to get full details of all those events.
The student book is page 39.
Yeah. Teachers, if your students were not able to finish this activity, please give them enough time after this lesson or as your follow-up lesson for them to finish this activity. The model class will also do the same. Now, I'd like us to just have a look at the first. We have about 10. So we have a look at the first 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just do that together, class. And the other 5, you can do that in your own time. Now let's have a look at it. The first one says, first amphibians appear 370 million years ago. Now, which era is that? Which era is that? Can I have Tara to tell us which era is that? You have the Precambrian era. That is 1, 2. Okay, Tara is ready.
Cenozoic Era.
Again?
Cenozoic Era.
Mesozoic era. Did you say Mesozoic era?
Era.
Paleozoic era. So we just write the letter P. Okay, thank you. The second one, Second one, Jubilee, if you can tell us which era, 141 million years ago, vegetation covered the earth with seed-bearing plants. Jubilee.
Mesozoic era.
Good, Mesozoic era. We have letter M for that. The third one, let's have Ruthie. Third one, the formation of the earth 4,600 million years ago. Which era is that? Ruthie?
Precambrian.
Precambrian era. Okay, the fourth one, many reptile groups died out, including dinosaurs, 66 million years ago. Momoru, let's have you. What is the era called? Sorry, I'm just putting the letters, but I'd like to.
Mesozoic.
Good, Mesozoic era. Okay, we'll do the fifth one as the last, and you will finish the rest. Surface of the earth cools enough for the earth's crust to solidify, meaning to become hard. That was 3,950 million years ago. Let's have Donald.
Precambrian.
Precambrian era. Now that you will finish the rest, teachers. We went through the first 5. You can have your students to finish the next 5. Now, these are events from the past before the recorded history, and since the formation of the earth, the stages, the process that had to go through to present day where we are today. Now, a summary for this lesson. Earth's long history is divided into a series of time zones called eras. Have the copy quickly, please. Now, our key phrase is life from the past. Our next lesson is the second lesson on prehistoric age. Materials for the next lesson, teachers, it's timeline strips made from papers and geological event cards. And with that, thank you, class, the receiving students and teachers for your participation.